See the steel that you developed. I mean, if there's one word to describe you as a cricketer, it would be steel. You were tough, you were gritty. Is that inborn? Is that acquired with situation? Or
Yeah, I think it's acquired because at the end of the day, when I played all my junior sport, I was flamboyant. I played soccer, I was always a goal scorer. I played cricket, I was always the guy that scored the runs quickest. So I was a flamboyant sports person. So I learnt mechanisms to protect myself and to ensure longevity. And some of those were, just cut out a few risks, do it a different way, don't give too much away, compartmentalise. So they're the things you learn to survive.
so these were really more mental training than cricket training.
Yeah, they're things I picked up, and I guess I probably see myself as someone who can learn pretty quickly and pick up on things and try and work it out for myself. Not everyone, I guess, has that skill as well, so you need people to help you do that.
One of the best lines I read about you, and there have been many good lines written about you, actually came in the foreword to your book. You asked Rahul Dravid to write the foreword to your book.
Yes.
And he said, Steve Waugh gave grit a good name. And I thought that's a great line in an era of flamboyance where all the poster boys are being feted all the time. So here's a man who gave grit a good name.
Yeah, look, that's a good line for sure, and it was a
But
great
it does
forward,
describe
right?
you.
Yeah. Look, I think it describes my second half of my career. It doesn't describe the first half. I think people forget when I first started, I played a completely different way. I think you always remember for sort of how you finish the game, but you look back at my career, it was a lot different to start with. So yeah, I think I would say I was flamboyant to start with, and then it gradually went the other way towards grit, and then there were times in amongst that where, for example, I got 100 off 110 balls in the West Indies in a test match, and the same test Brian Lara got 100 off 140 balls. Yet I read the match report that Steve Waugh scored a gritty, determined 100, and Lara scored the flamboyant 100, so it's hard to shake a tag.
So in the days to come, when the two words Steve Waugh are taken, would they be followed by Australian cricketer, or would they be followed by a foundation?
I don't know, I think a bit of both, it's hard. Look, right now I'm really determined to make an impact in what I'm doing, that's philanthropy, and I think if I can take the same values and principles and work ethic with me, then I can be successful. So at the end of the day, it's all about hard work and not making excuses.
What drives that, Steve? Because a lot of cricketers live in bubbles. A lot of cricketers have no idea of the real world beyond.
Sure.
They go airport, hotel, bags get picked up at the airport, put in the team bus, get into the hotel, get to the ground. They have no clue of the real world. So where did this little thing come in?
I don't know, I think it's the way you're brought up and obviously my current family now, that's the way, you can't change who you are and where you come from, and I've always been inspired by people with courage and character, and I like the spirit of the underdog. And if that fits in with what I'm doing, then I'm passionate about supporting those people.
So who would your heroes be, really? Do you have cricketing heroes, or are all the heroes outside the game?
Look, I think Mother Teresa had a big impact on me. I only met her briefly, but looking at what she did and how she went about it, I think that was inspirational. Meeting someone like Nelson Mandela, I think he was a great leader. So yeah, I probably get my inspiration more away from the game. There's a young boy that I've known for about 13 years in Melbourne who I met who was seriously ill at the time, and I've kept in contact with him. He's now had 99 separate operations. So when I was playing cricket, I always used him as a motivation to get over an injury, because I'd always say, how would Matthew handle this situation? How would he get out of this? And so I think you can find different people to motivate you rather than sports stars.
You sleep well at night, every night?
Look, I don't know about sleep well. My mind is always active. I fall asleep okay, but once I wake up, I can't get back to sleep. So I always think about what can be done tomorrow.
Which is not a bad thing.
Well, yeah, but I wouldn't mind sleeping in occasion as well, Yeah.
Steve, thank you very much for doing this for us, and I hope you carry the Laureus name far and wide.
Sure.
I hope your foundation does very well.
Thanks. Yeah, look, Laureus is a great organisation, so looking forward to being involved with the Magic Bus.